Well, that was an interesting cutaway from the action. Let's oh, dearie me. Hello. Is there something in my eye? Well, hello there viewers, and welcome to yet another episode here on the Shamblecraft server. And you join me here in front of the Redstone Express, so I can do some promotion. Yes. You see, we've been doing good on sales lately, and since I just completed a pretty large restocking, I decided, hey, let's do a sale. So, until August 15th, we will be doing a sale with 50% off everything. So basically everything in the shop is half off. So for instance, there it says dropper 2 diamonds for 16 means that's now 1 diamond for ooh, I forgot to restock that one. I need to do that. Like here, 3 diamonds for 32 means 1.5 diamond for 30. You know what? It says 50% there. The prices are there. I mean, you do the math. So basically, I've restocked a bunch of this. I haven't collected the diamonds yet because I wanted to see how much I had made in the recent sales. And I think the last time I cleared this out was probably about a week and a half ago. There we go. So we have made 38 diamonds, and I'm very, very happy with that. But now it is mostly restocked. I'm going to restock on the droppers that I clearly forgot about, and everything is half off until August 15th. And the reason I've chosen August 15th is because that is the day I am going back to work, and as such will have a slightly reduced attention span and ability to deal with it. So, in addition to this, I have, for the first time since I built this place 30 episodes ago, I've actually added some kits, and there's 2 of those. First of all, super sale box of hoppers, and that is, well, it's what you think it is. It is a box full of hoppers. So basically a box full of hoppers that I am selling for 80 diamonds for a box, and that comes out at less than 3 diamonds for a stack, which is, even with the 50%, it is 25% cheaper than my regular hopper price. So if you need a ton of hoppers and you can't be bothered to craft them, 80 diamonds. And also, I've made some train kits. I was wondering for a long time what to put here, and I decided, well, a train kit could be fun. So a train kit, what's that, you say? Well, it is basically a fair selection of rails, a bunch of redstone blocks, and 6 carts. So you have 2 stacks of rails, 1 stack of powered rails, and you've got 16 each of activator and detector rail, and then 6 mine carts, and that will be yours for 20 diamonds for a box. And in both of these cases, both with the hopper boxes and the train kits, of course, you get to keep the boxes. But yeah, that is pretty much it. That is the sale, and hello. One of our new members there, Waterfall. We've had a pretty nice influx of members recently. A lot of it thanks to that lovely raid we got from Joe during the recording of episode 53. So thank you very much, Joe, for the raid once again. I think I've said that like 20 times now. But yeah, so what is going to happen in this episode? Well, if we sort of look back at the last 2 episodes we've done, we have now done a lot of work on the terraforming job for Mechnus, and we are going to get back to that. I just need to finish brainstorming what I want to do for the top half. However, we also need to get slightly further with our second project, and that is this thing. So, some good news. As you can see, the Guardian farm is increasingly effective. This has been filling up fairly quickly every time I log on. Like, I haven't been here before. This is literally the sort of instant spawn just from loading the place up. So that's good news in a way. So that works. I just need to fix the killing parts. But in terms of the more broader design, we have lots of work to do. We need to finish this tunnel right here. We need to figure out what we want to do with the rest of this place, where I have a bunch of ideas. And also, I want to do a revamp on the building up there, because right now that building is basically purple concrete and cobblestone and was very temporary. What I want to do, I want to take some of the materials that we have saved up inside, and I want to rebuild that to more of a nice entryway to this place. And I know some people were confused, well, not confused, but some people actually started asking me, Fally, in the video description for your last episode, you wrote the new Guardian Temple base. And does that mean that this is now your base? To which the answer is no and yes. This is not my main base. It was never intended to be my main base, and it won't be. However, I would like to build up enough stuff here that this can actually function as like a base away from, like, you know, a home away from home, like a holiday home. So I will be building up like a super basic storage system, nothing redstone based. I will be keeping the smelter, but I will be moving it, and I will probably look into getting some more farm stuff, etc. going. And that is pretty much the plan for this episode. I love the fact that, you know, bounce on beds. Boing, 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 ow. Boing, 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 ah. Anyway, the plan for this episode is just that. It is to work on not finishing this thing, but at least getting further. Maybe starting to look at some interior, maybe starting to take care of some of the stuff up top. And yeah, that's pretty much the plan. And who knows, if we have some time left, we'll go over, and if I have ideas by then, we'll go over and also have a look at Mictus's terraforming job. And I also do have a couple of more terraforming jobs. I have one for Johnny and one for Badger, and as I said previously, after that, I will be shutting down the terraforming shop, as I feel like it is simply taking too much time and energy, and I want to focus on the stuff in the game that I really want to finish. But that's enough rambling from me. I'm going to start working on some interiors here, and I will get back to you when I've made some progress. Well, alrighty then, we are back, and as you might be able to tell straight away, I am standing on a floor that wasn't here previously, and that is because I have added another floor to the Guardian Temple. Why have I added another floor to the Guardian Temple? I honestly don't know, but I could fit another floor, so why not? Also, Guardian Farm is now fully working. As you can see, it is producing stuff. It's not the quickest, but then again, I haven't been AFK for more than a couple of minutes yet, so it hasn't really been fully tested. Also, in the previous clip, I said, hey, I'm not going to be building a storage system, and we have detected that that was a lie, because I have built a storage system. It's a small one, but it'll do. So basically, the thought here is that this little storage system here, that isn't really that big, it's like less than 20 chests, so less than 20 slots. The thought is that this is going to sort of handle all the Guardian Farm drops, and it's going to take care of all the drops from the farms that are up top. So, okay, I'm getting lost in my own build. So, as you may remember, the plan is that in the space up here, we are going to be building various farms. And as you might be able to tell, I've also lit this place up a bit to make it less dangerous, even though, as Johnny did confirm in the comments of a previous video, normal mobs or regular mobs won't spawn within the boundaries of a Guardian Temple. So thank you, Johnny, for confirming that. But we still have some work left to do, and there are two major things that need doing. One of which is we need to finish the bits down here. So as you can see, I've made a staircase down here, and I've opened a hole into the area below the Guardian Temple. And I need to make a decision, because this area underneath here is going to be used for something. And I need to decide, am I going to use the inner area for something and keep the outer circle as an aquarium, or vice versa? Regardless of what I choose, I currently don't have any sponges, so that is a project that's just going to have to wait until I can borrow them from Ignis once again. However, there are some things up here that can still be done that we will be taking care of today. And that is, we're going to hopefully hook up this entire storage system. And also, I want to install a automatic smelter over here. Some little enchanting area either over here or right here. Either that, or I'm going to mirror that staircase right here. Regardless, I want to make a little sort of living area in here. And that's where I'm thinking, well, maybe here we can put, you know, enchanting, a bed, you know, some crafting tables, and basically like a little area where we can work on the sort of daily little bits of Minecraft. In addition, I am going to be building up more farms. That is not going to be happening today. That is probably something I'm going to be doing once I've finished all the outstanding projects that I have. But for now, I mean, comparing this to the previous clip, you can probably see that a lot of progress has indeed been made. And I am going to be continuing here, and hopefully, as I said at the beginning of the episode, we can finish at least the interior of the main floor, and maybe even the second floor, once I figure out what to put up there in this episode. But yeah, that's a little update there from me. I'm going to get back to work, and when you see me next, hopefully, we are nearing completion. Well, alrighty then, viewers. I have delved into the deep here because, as you might remember from previous clips, I've been seeing a bunch of mobs appearing on my voxel map. So, Future Fally, when you're editing this, please zoom in on the map. Thank you all. As you can see, plenty of mobs, but I've never really been able to tell where they were from. And it appears that they are from down here. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fall into the hole. And then we're going to deal with it. I'm not kidding you, viewers. 2 minutes ago, I said on stream that what happens on screen in my streams is boring. This isn't really boring. This is a tad too exciting, if you ask me. Oh, can you? But where are they coming from? Oh, I see. Fally has, per the usual, studied at the Fally School of Lighting Things Up. I was actually in Scars and Impulses class. We were all equally terrible at it. Okay, well that's taken care of. Well, that was an interesting cutaway from the action. Let's oh, dearie me. Hello. Is there something in my eye? Fancy segue back to the Guardian farm. Well, okay then, viewers, work has continued, and as you can see behind me, we are hopefully one step closer to having a functional smelter setup. And what I've actually done here is I've done something that I very rarely do, and that is I have been playing around with redstone. So what I have made now is hopefully a smelter that is somewhat automated and powered really by just one lever. And I've done some creative changes here to make sure that this works, and one of them is that I have taken fuel out of the equation in the front. So what we have here is 8 furnaces, well 9 furnaces, all of which go into hoppers and then into one single chest at the front. Likewise, over here is one input chest, and then one lever turns the entire thing on. However, let me show you how it works. So underneath the input chest sits a hopper minecart, and that will pull down from that chest all the items that are going to be smelted. Once I pull the lever, morning server, once I pull that lever, that will do 2 things. It will power the rails underneath here and send this cart flying over here, but it will also power these repeaters that will power this piston that will close off this part here. And that means, with the timings I currently have, that means that this cart will be sent on its merry way up here to input stuff, and then it will close off right here, meaning that it will go back and forth until I turn the system off. So if I now go over here and pull this lever, you can see if I pull this lever, it suddenly doesn't work anymore. What did I do? Oh, I've broken this circuit. Do I still have red? I think I used all my redstone. Give me a second. Okay, so if we now take this redstone dust here, and I see what's happened with you can't have a circuit running that way. Okay, so do I have? Yes, I had one left. So if we do this, then that should work. So if we now power that on, you can see the cart goes away. It goes through here, and it sends this block. I was trying to do that with a redstone block, but that didn't work. So with that cart there, which is the input cart, will now go back and forth, depositing things into the furnaces. In terms of fuel, what I've basically decided to do is just have the fuel on the back. And that is going to work in this way. Here I have a shulker box full of blaze rods, and that is basically a shulker box full of blaze rods that was given to me by Newt a good while ago, and that I've just never really gotten around to using. And I can see that it's actually going to be going into the first hopper there, so that is actually too close. So let's just power that on, and that will now go back and forth like that, depositing fuel into all the furnaces. So if I now do this, I can put the rest of it in as well. That will now deposit the fuel into all of the furnaces, so that if I go up here in front, you can see that blaze rods are being deposited into all of the furnaces at a somewhat uneven rate, but it doesn't matter because once they fill up, they won't really need any more. So what I then do is I turn this off. That will send the cart all the way back because it will pull back the prismarine, and I can now technically fill this up. So do we have anything we want to test? You know what, let's do a bunch of sand just as a test. So we take the sand, we put it in here. You can see that it zooms down into the hopper minecart. Take some more sand here and just get it in there. You can see it zooms into the hopper minecart, which will now be filling up rapidly. Can we even click it? Yeah, you can see it's now full. So that will now, if we now pull that lever, that will now zoom away past the block of dark prismarine. It will go up here and it will start going back and forth, and we'll go back and forth until it is empty. And you can see now the furnaces are lighting up, filling up with sand gradually. See, it doesn't deposit items that quick, but it doesn't really matter because there is a natural speed limit to this smelter anyway. But as you can see, it's already cooked 18 glass. So for my use, it's going to be perfectly quick enough. And best of all, this is actually, and this is not a joke, this is, and probably people have made similar designs, but this is 100% something I came up with just tinkering on my laptop earlier. So this is a Fally design. This is, I haven't stolen anything from videos. I haven't had any help with this. This is basically, okay, what if I do this and what if I do that? And I'm especially happy with this sort of piston delay thing here that will lock this minecart atop here rather than, yeah, you can see it's now empty. So if I now go back down, now that's empty, and flick the lever, it will now gradually make its way down here. See, there it goes, and it will now gather more sand, and once I see that it stops collecting sand, you can see it collects very quickly. That's the advantage of it. It recharges very, very quickly. So there we go. I can flick the lever. I was hoping to catch the piston action. I might actually have to do a secondary angle here. But once I pull that lever, that will power and it will go through, and it will sort of lock it behind there. And what I have considered, just as a sort of a decorative feature, is have a glass window here, so that when you're standing here, you can see the minecart going back and forth, just to have some action. So that is something I'm considering, and you can see it's already cooked 2 stacks of glass. So it's not the quickest, but it's not the slowest. For me, it is more than good enough. But yeah, so that is pretty much it. And I mean, I showed you the rest of the changes in the previous clip, but we are really getting there with this place. And yeah, I haven't really decided exactly what to do right here. Still working on that. We'll get back to you. And also we need to do some stuff on this side, and we need to mirror the staircase going down there, because I have decided I'm going to have staircases on both sides, and I haven't really figured out exactly how this bit is going to look, but I'll think of something. And after that, we need, of course, to get all the farms that are going to be built up top linked up to the item stream. But that is probably something that isn't going to be done in this episode, because I've already spent a lot of time working on this, and I've already recorded a bunch of footage, and I don't want this episode to be even further delayed. But yeah, I'm going to keep working for a tad more, and hopefully the next time you see me, the first floor of the Guardian Temple will be done. Well, okay then, it has been a couple of more hours of work, but we are almost done with the first floor. So if we walk through the tunnel here, we now come into a quite different looking space. So first of all, not everything is fully complete. There are some tidbits here and there that still needs doing, but this is basically as far as I could get with the current state of things. And as I sort of alluded to in the last clip, I really don't want this to be postponed any further. And I've already had questions on both Discord and on Twitter asking me, when is the next episode coming out? Why are you taking so long to make videos? And it's a very simple reason. It's that right now my son is home on holiday from kindergarten, meaning that I can't really make content in the daytime, and yeah, because of that, I am right now dependent on making all my videos during the nice screenshot material during the afternoon. But anyway, enough about that. Here you can see that the Guardian base is really coming along nicely. So we have the storage system, we've already talked about that. We have the smelter, we've covered that in the previous clip. What I've finished since last time, I've made this little crafting area here, which is basically 2 smithing tables, a crafting table, 2 anvils, and an ender chest. Basically, just a small little crafting station. I've also done some bits to make both sides look symmetrical. I haven't done this staircase here yet because I sort of need to figure out what I want to do downstairs first. There is one downside to this place, and that is it's so dark that it's considered a cave. Luckily, we don't have mobs spawning in here, but to make it slightly better, I have put in some more sea lanterns, both in the roof and the wall and the floor, and I've covered a bunch of it with carpet. I've also started working on a living quarters, basically just made a sort of roof design here. That isn't really done either. I've put in an enchanting setup with an enchanting table, some bookshelves, some anvils. I took some of the lapis I had in my main base and brought over here, and I've also made a little passageway through here. That means we have access to the redstone just in case. So we're not fully there. We are getting there, but we're not fully there. Brought all the shulker boxes in here. I mean, it's a Valley base. It wouldn't be complete without a shulker monster. But overall, I mean, standing here, this place is really starting to look good. I feel like, especially up here, is a very, very good view. I'm actually going to grab a screenshot from here. Maybe this is going to be the thumbnail. I think maybe, yeah, I think maybe that's the thumbnail right there. Quite good looking, that. I'm very, very happy with it. There's still some bits and pieces to do, but all in all, given my sort of lack of available playing time recently, I am very, very happy with the progress we've made. Oh, dearie me. Even though, as I said, there are still some tidbits that need dealing with. However, that is going to have to wait until the next episode. Not even the next episode. This is actually... Some people find some of my episodes a bit chaotic and say like, oh, well, you're saying things that you already said. Why are you saying it again? It's because a lot of my episodes are often being recorded out of order. So, as you're watching this, episode 54, I've actually already recorded a whole bunch of episode 55. And episode 55 is actually going to be a terraforming episode. Yes, it's going to be an episode all about terraforming, the return of Fallicorp, and also the end of Fallicorp, because basically the next episode is going to be dedicated to finishing off as many of the terraforming jobs as I have as I can, and after that we are going to be closing down the terraforming shop, since I don't really have the time and energy to keep doing those big jobs. But it's been a fun run, and that's something we're going to cover in the next episode. But for now, that is all. Thank you very, very much for watching this episode, and hopefully I'll see you again in the next one. If you like what you see, please feel free to like the video, share the video, hit that subscribe button. We've already made 200 subscribers, so thank you very, very much for that. I'm over the moon. And yeah, we're doing really, really good on our goals for 2021. So, but yeah, if you have a friend who likes Minecraft, you know, drop him a link. Maybe he'll like it. Anyway, that is enough rambling from me. Once again, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye!